Welcome back to the channel, lads and ladies, and you may recognize the FJ-4B, a fantastic ground attacker jet strike fighter. Operation Summer, good old summer. And here you see prominently featured a special version of the FJ-4B, or the FJ-4, I'm not sure what model it is, that comes with a nice little Marines decal on the tail. So you know that this one is a lot more crazy and aggressive than the Navy version. And proving that, it has what appears to be probably 4. These are actually guided air-to-ground missiles. So these will be manually guided ATGMs. And looks like either a couple of fuel tanks, but more likely, yeah, those are actually going to be bombs. So that's a very deadly loadout. Looks like you'll get 4 launches on the ATGMs, and because these are manually guided, they're going to launch one at a time, which means potentially 4 guided tank kills, and probably 1. Those look like some pretty hefty bombs. They're probably at least 500, perhaps 1,000 pounds, streamlined bombs. And with this loadout, I know I'm not being all that organized in my assessment here, but with this loadout, it's likely to have better performance than the rocket pod version you see here. And this aircraft performs just fine in the role of ground striker. It has the speed to tactically deploy against enemy AA, and you see that even with these now empty gun pods, or rocket pods, I have plenty of juice to catch up to things like heavy bombers, as long as they don't clip my engine with their defensive guns. So overall, the FJ-4B that's in the game is a very effective ground striker if given half a chance, and that comes down to enemy AA and whatever jets may be in the area. Against MiG-17s or Canadairs, Sabres, this will stand little chance if it's loaded down with ordnance. However, versus props that you often see at this, even at top tier in the air, or versus enemy ground vehicles that are not dedicated radar AA with their juice guns of death, the FJ-4B can be absolutely devastating, and I expect no less, in fact more, from this premium variant. So let's get back to the event itself. FJ-4 variant, very nice, and again, beautiful looking aircraft, nice custom camo there, with a little red devil poking toward the front with his fork. Those old medieval devil depictions are actually a bit of anti-Semitic propaganda. Don't know if you knew that. Intentionally long nose, and then that fork is actually the meat hook from the sacrificial ceremony of the Jewish people. So this is actually an old anti-Semitic symbol, but people don't really think about that anymore. And thankfully, those stupid symbols are still allowed to be put onto vehicles because they're not stupid German symbols. Anyway, moving on. You can also unlock a British, looks like an F4 variant, which is a thing. Not a bad aircraft by any means, but with the placement of the guns, I wonder about that. Are those 50s or are those Vickers 7.7s? And then this is something I've really looked forward to. I love all of my Puma variants, der Sonderkraftfahrzeug mit the 8 road wheels, and these things have seen some serious improvement in their handling over the interim since their introduction, and I love to see a new variant come to the game. I was hoping this particular model would be a standard tech tree variant, but I'm okay with it being an event vehicle with, of course, the 75mm stub gun howitzer, which is, it's a infantry support gun that being able to fire a heat round with around 100 millimeters of penetration, is able to deal with KV-1s and T-34s under the right circumstances, and those are things that it will face, especially since with its great mobility and absolutely top-notch fire rate, somewhere around 3-4 second reload if I'm not mistaken for this gun in general, and I would expect no less out of an open top vehicle. This is going to be a lot of fun as well. So these two are something I'm looking forward to, and I'll probably pick up this one by accident as I continue to do the event. Now, let me just read for you. During the last Operation Summer event, we decided to experiment with new mission requirements which appealed to some. However, I would use a semicolon there, not a comma. However, there were players that wanted to see the summer marathon in the usual format. True. I was actually very pleased with the event. I was at first very cautious about it, but as it turned out, it was a relaxing event. We will take all your feedback into account when preparing similar specials in the future, but we also want to ensure that this summer leaves only good memories for all our players, so we decided to launch another special with the good old terms. I think what they were planning to do is to launch these two as an air event, and they ended up throwing this one in as well to ameliorate some tankers. And I'm totally fine with that. So here goes. Good old summer. Everything familiar and simple. Complete the tasks or purchase the marks of distinction without additional conditions and get prizes. This time, the grand reward of the event will be the American FJ-4B VMF-232 jet fighter with a new type of weaponry for War Thunder, guided air-to-ground missiles, wet your pants weebs, and Freedom Aboos unite. As well as this, you can expect many other prizes. So with this FJ-4B coming in, with its guided air-to-ground missiles, these will probably be similar to the Tiny Ivan in their impact, and yet they'll also be guided, so with even more accuracy, perhaps ease of use, or perhaps a good way to crash your airplane into a mountainside. We will find out shortly. However, can you imagine sniping a tank from 4K with one of these things? It's gonna get juicy. It's gonna get spicy. Oh man, can you imagine taking down radar-guided SPAA with these missiles and then dropping down on the poor unsuspecting? Oh yeah, they're gonna have to add more of these for other nations, or the Freedom Aboos will take the field with a gusto with the FJ-4B what would you call this? The FG-4BIAS and just wipe the map between their fantastic jets, and they're still very reliable M1 Abrams and prototype M1s. Okay. Also, the British Martlet Mark IV. Unique camouflages and decals. So this Martlet Mark IV, it looks like what is it? It's like the baby P-47. Anyway, moving on. It'll be a pretty reliable aircraft. I wonder what secondary weapons it'll be able to mount. If it can mount RP-3 rockets, that would be nice. If it could mount a couple of 500-pound bombs under the fuselage, that would also be nice. Those can be very reliable at lower tiers. Unique camouflages and decals. Tankers will not be forgotten either, but another 20 days of marathon might be way too much. That's why you'll need to complete just 2 days of tasks from 22 to get a small but unique prize, Der Sonderkraftfahrzeug 234/3 armored vehicle. Let's see, 9 prizes for pilots, but really we're looking at the FJ-4B with the missiles, rank 5 USA, so that's probably going to be a gift vehicle, non-premium, as you do with the rank 5s. Sonderkraftfahrzeug 234/3, rank 1, Germany, for just 2 marks of distinction for tankers of 10. So you have 10 possible tanker marks of distinction. You only need to get 2 to get the Sonderkraftfahrzeug. I know a lot of you guys are burned out after the IS-7 event, but seriously, 2 marks of distinction. 2 days of grinding. You can get this adorable little thing, and it's gonna be great. And you can purchase marks of distinction for pilots and marks of distinction for tankers, just like with the old Operation Summer events for Golden Eagles. And you can also get those prizes without having to complete the grind. Simple event without assembly, preliminary stages, or complex tasks. So this is the old-fashioned Operation Summer, only it's even easier. 2 tasks for your tank, and then the rest you can spend grinding aircraft, which I'm sure you're all looking forward to, because I've been dying to get back into air after grinding so much for IS-7. Now, from 17th of August, 11 GMT until 6 September, complete the tasks and immediately get the rewards. Ooh, I like that. Again, no stage 2, right? You complete the tasks, bam, you've got it. 2 marks of distinction. Rondel decal. 4 marks, another Rondel. 5 marks, a coupon for the Martlet Mark IV rank 2 British Premium. So that's probably going to be a rank 2 around probably a battle rating 3 to 3.7, I would assume, because there's already the... Oh geez, let's look at it. Hold on a second. So while that moves on, we'll talk about something else so I can get thoroughly distracted. For 6 marks, a coupon for a special camouflage for the Martlet, plus a random Rondel. For 8 marks of distinction, a random Rondel. For 9, a coupon for... Only 9? For the FJ4B? Seriously, guys, this is going to be a sweet event. You only have to get 9. I remember having to get, like... How many? Was it like 22? For the previous events? 9! 9 days of grinding! You can get this amazing, unique plane that will be the first aircraft, and possibly the first for a while, although I think at, what is it? I think at that Gamescom, they're going to announce similar aircraft coming, perhaps even rank 6 aircraft. But my money is on helicopters, and specifically there will be helicopters with anti-tank guided missiles, air-launch ATGMs, and rockets, and perhaps even cluster bombs. That would be really cool. In fact, cluster bombs for everyone. Why not? There's a range of anti-tank cluster munitions that would be a delight to see in the game. It would be lovely to drop a bunch of mini grenades onto the deck and top armor of an enemy tank and watch things go boom. But that is pure speculation, pure fantasy at this point. I highly suspect that helicopters and aerial ATGMs will be introduced, especially since top tier is very resilient against ATGMs at this time, unless they are guided effectively into vulnerable areas of the vehicle, and that would require your aircraft to remain unpiloted for a dangerous amount of time, as there are radar guided AA and probably also missile AA coming, to be announced at Gamescom. Again, this is speculation, but it's based upon things that they've already openly shared. They said that if rank 6 aircraft and if aerial ATGMs are to come to the game, it's going to require that they also bring missile AA. And now, this is confirmation of aerial ATGMs, which probably also confirms missile AA, to the surprise of no one, but to the delight of American tankers, because there's some very effective American missile AA. Although early models are much less effective, even fairly soon after the initial models, America developed some very effective heat-seeking ground-based anti-aircraft missiles. Okay, what else? The tasks. So, this is where the suffering really starts, but I've heard it's not so bad. The ground task. Destroy 40 enemies, times 2 RB, times 3 SB. Very similar, or very familiar. Oh no, you need to receive... Let's see. Yeah, as usual, you have to complete 3 of 5 tasks to get your medal for the day. So, for ground tankers, it's destroy 40 enemies, times 2 RB, times 3 SB. So that's 20 kills in RB, and I think somewhere around like 12, 14 kills in Sim, which is fine. Win 10 times with a battle activity of 70% or higher. That's really time consuming to do. I would not consider that as a goal. Capture 10 zones. That's very easy. That's like 10 matches, right? That's basically saying play 10 matches with the RU-251, right? And that's what I'll be doing. Destroy 11 or 6 or 4 enemies in one battle. That can be a bit more challenging. 6 kills in RB can be a bit difficult. At rank 3 though, you can use a Sherman Jumbo. I can count on that one pretty well. I know there's going to be Jumbo spam, but I'm still okay with that. Get 20 assists. That's not hard. That's not hard at all. So, get 20 kills in RB, and then 6 kills in one battle. And again, it doesn't say in one life, so that's actually very doable. I could probably do that within 10 battles, and then capture 10 zones. So what I would do is probably take out my American 4-7 lineup at rank 3, and speedy boy my way to a cap zone, and then just start killing people, and I'll get 3 of those within probably 10 battles. Capture 10 zones, yeah. Anyway, very doable. Not stressed out at all. No more supporting fire, and no more capture streaks. Before, you would have to get a series of capture streaks of capturing 2 zones in one battle, which is much harder than capturing a zone. So this is easy. This just comes naturally with playing battles. I would expect this to be done in about 15 battles. So maybe, let's see, if a battle takes an average of 10 minutes, just a little over 2 hours of grinding for 2 days to get the Sonderkraftfahrzeug. That's not bad at all. Air tasks. Destroy 35 enemies, times 2 RB, times 3 SB. So, let's see, 18 kills in RB. Very doable. I can do that in probably easily within 9 or 10 missions. Easily. Win 10 times with 60% battle activity. That's, again, going to take around 20 missions for me. Bomb enemy bases for a total of 10 tons. That can be done in like 2 missions with a good heavy bomber. The Greif, I think, and I think these are metric tons, by the way, so they're a little bit heavier than American tons. But 10 tons, I think with the Greif I can get 2 or 3 tons in a battle pretty easily and pretty quickly. Also, could be a reason to use B-29. I do have that one. I never use it. Even before it got nerfed, it just wasn't my style. Ooh, but I could use B-25s as well, and they're just a lot of fun. The B-25 rank 3 bomber is a blast. And it doesn't say with a bomber. So you could use the P-61. You could use the P-47. You could use the Grizzly. I would love to use the Grizzly. So Grizzly, I can actually pick up a few kills. I can definitely get some wins. Definitely get lots of battle activity. I can bomb bases. Destroy 4 enemies in one battle. Doable, especially with the XB-55. I think is rank 2. So I'd have to use something. I could do this in a P-47 or something. Or even some of my other fun vehicles I've unlocked. The P63C5 is a good one for getting kills. Get 20 assists. Okay, so kill enemies, bomb bases, get 4 kills in a battle. Very doable. RB, for Sim, I wonder if enduring confrontation would count, because if that's the case, that's, you know, one battle, right? It may be a battle that takes an hour, but still one battle. Anyway, also, let's see, in previous Operation Summers, you could go into Tank RB and spawn in an aircraft, and as long as you end the match in an aircraft, this would count. So you go into and it's enemies. You could kill 4 ground targets in one battle. You could take the FJ4B to grind out the FJ4B. Wouldn't that be interesting? And then getting assists, again, very easy to do in Tank RB if you're still able to do that. Now, terms. You can follow your progress by clicking your name, achievements, Operation Summer. To complete the task, you need to finish the battle in the required vehicle. Otherwise, the task will not count as complete. Okay, that's the same as previous Operation Summer. Ergo, if you want to grind out the air activities in Tank RB, which I think I may decide to do for at least a while, it's a lot easier to get assists because you can just plinkety-plonk some ground targets and have your allies take them down. In fact, it's even doable in arcade, although not reliable because you have to end the match in an aircraft. So you have to spawn into an air battle right before the match ends. Not reliable, but doable. Also, destroying enemies, you can kill 4 tanks. You know, you can strafe 4 potato truck AA, or, you know, you can take out a couple of Stukas that people still take into like rank 3, rank 4 battles, and they're like, well, that aircraft has taken a long time to get to the battlefield. It's a Stuka, isn't it? So you fly below them, and then you come up beneath them, and you just shred them with whatever you got. Whip out everything you got, and light that Stuka on fire. Get 4 kills in one battle, and end the match in an aircraft. Bomb enemy bases, that's going to happen in RB, but you can do that in 3 or 4 battles easily with some of the bomb loads that these aircraft have, and then destroy enemies. Again, you're going to come across that naturally if you do the other ones. So all in all, a very easy event. Let's take a look at some of the comments. Thanks for a good old style of summer event. You know what, let's give him a thumbs up. There we go. I'm not logged in, am I? Yeah, okay, whatever. What? No supporting fire? Thank you so much. A lot of the community loves that. Okay, I see you guys learned. I love you again. It's so fickle. Dubfagen! There we go. That's the best Vagen. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, those are cool. I mean, I was honestly hoping for something really exotic in the air department. I can't wait for the flying pancake to come to the game. The flying flapjack. It's the I think it's called an FJ. No. It's what's up with the Americans and naming things F4? Like, they should come up with an alt F4 name other than. Anyway, sorry. More comments. Let's see. Tubfagen. Want. Thank you, guys. And better price is much easier to get. We'll see. Oh, it is easier to get. He's absolutely right. I thought he said price. Prize. The better prize is much easier. 9 tasks, guys. 9 days of grinding, and you get the best stuff. That's awesome. Sorry, I punched my mic stand a little bit with my finger. I finger poked it. Anyway, Fasavix. I've seen this guy, I think, on Live.WarThunder. Fighter with guided air-to-ground missiles. Wait, what? Guided by the pilot manually, not automatically. Ooh. Okay, so these would be similar, apparently, perhaps, to Generation 1. Hopefully they're not keyboard guided. That would be devastating. That would be very difficult to manage, and by that rendered useless. I really expect them to be Gen 2 ATGMs where you point the mouse at them. So hopefully that'll be the case. Also, hopefully they will manage to balance flying your aircraft and guiding the missile in some useful way. I suspect you'll have to be at high altitude in order to be safe from crashing into the ground, but perhaps these missiles have enough velocity that you could shotgun one off real quick and do a bit of adjustment before it slams into its target and before you slam into the ground. So we'll just have to see on that one. In any event, it's going to be an interesting dynamic and a welcome one to come to the game, from my personal opinion. Oh snap, those are some deadly looking missiles. Here we go again. Like the good old days of the ATGMs. Okay, and plane in vain falls mainly on the plane in Spain says, I love you. Can't argue with that. Okay guys, this looks like it's going to be a great light-hearted event. Lots of rewards, very easy, no reason not to take part. And if you don't have the time, the cost in monies in Golden Eagles is probably going to be a bit lower as well. Although don't be surprised if the price goes up just a bit over what you've expected in the past. So we'll stay tuned on that. The total price in Golden Eagles will most likely not be any higher than any other event, and will probably be a bit lower, but we'll see. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed. I did ramble on a bit here, as I tend to do, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.